up. Everything's working, correct?
Well, let's hope for the best this time.
Yeah, you're
Pretty
there.
sure you got me live this time. So, as long as we got sound, as long as we got video, as long as we've got you, we're good to go.
And you. And our guest.
And the guest.
Yeah. Well, again, here we are at the Warrior Healing Center for the Veteran Owned Business Network. And I got it down. Finally got it down after 3 months or something like that.
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, exactly. So here we are again on a Thursday evening. We're here every week with a different guest, and we feature veteran-owned businesses here in Cochise County that are members of our network. And occasionally we'll have another guest that maybe is not in our network, but did something special. We've had a couple of those.
Oh, I was gonna say you're not talking about me.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
We're not talking about you.
Okay.
Not yet.
I was gonna say
We're not talking about you yet.
It made it sound like you were leaning in.
No.
About me.
So anyway, so we have a new guest and kind of a new member again, right? You just joined. 2 weeks ago, we had another new member.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That owned the puppet business.
Yeah, the puppet one. Yeah.
He just joined us, and then you recently joined us. You came to the last meeting.
Yeah, I've been. I missed the one before that, but the one before that was my first one, so 3 months.
So, and your name is Chris
Zedlock.
Zedlock. See, I forgot it already. Chris Zedlock. I'm so bad about that, names and everything. And you have a unique business, and we got some cool things to show. So the name of your business is
Zippy's Wood Shop.
And you do woodwork.
Yeah.
Woodwork. If you didn't figure that out from the name, I don't know what to tell you. So, and I got to tell you, a little envious. I just, different people have different things that they like to work with. Like some people love to work on cars, right?
Know a few of those.
Yeah, not me. Anything to do with metal, machinery, no, I don't want to touch it. But my dad, when he served in the Army and retired Army, and when he got out, he went to school for cabinet making. He always loved wood, and they ended up buying a bunch of tools in the garage. And he, never really made a business out of it, but he just really enjoyed it. And I remember going out sometimes in the garage with him, and just the smell, the touch of wood. I don't know. It just wood is beautiful.
There's nothing better than, to me, cut cherry. Like that's the smell that just hits my heart.
So unfortunately I don't have the talent, but if I did do any kind of craft, I would enjoy the most with wood than anything else. Yeah. So I'm a little jealous.
Sorry, you got chocolate though.
I got chocolate.
I mean, that's a second envy of mine.
Yeah,
Snickers bars especially.
well, that's something I eat, and that's something I work with on my hands. Anyway, so Zippy's, we got Zippy's Woodwork, and we got some stuff to show you. First, tell me about your background. You are a veteran.
Yeah, I was 10 years in the Army. They medically retired me. The last thing I did when I was still in was the unit was being reflagged. So I remade the guidon holder with the unit logo and the new unit, motto and all that stuff. That was the last thing I did, and that kind of just ignited it. That was about 95% painting, but when I came home after I retired, the wife said, "Make me shelves," and I said, "Let there be shelves." And from there, I said, "Hey, I need this tool. Hey, I need this tool. Hey, I need this tool." Now I have a lot of tools to accomplish a bunch of different things.
So while you were still in the Army, you were kind of doing it as a hobby, the woodwork?
No, not really. It was more video games when I was in. But
so you just happened to make this one thing.
Yeah, they needed it done. I was a sergeant first class, being medically retired, and the first sergeant wanted to shield me from that supervisory duty that they would have to do in order to get that get their buck out of you, kind of just to shield me from it. So he said, "Hey, I need you to make this," and I said, "Okay." So I did that, and it took about 3 weeks.
And it just sparked your interest enough? kind of like, oh, this was kind of fun. I enjoyed that.
It was relaxing. That's
Relaxing.
Yeah, because I mean that was a pretty stressful time in my life. You know, we didn't know where we were gonna go, what we were gonna do. You know, what was gonna happen. You know, the future was uncertain. You know, it was just, and I just been married like 8 months. You know,
Oh wow.
yeah, I mean, yeah, freshly married. And like I said, when I came home, or when we came home back here, because I had a house here, um, the wife said, "Hey, you know what? This room really needs some shelves because she has tabletop appliances like nobody else." And so I said, "Okay." So made shelves. I said, "I need this tool to make the shelves." She said, "Go buy it." I was like, all right. So then that led to another thing. Oh, I really want a glider. Like, what's a glider? Well, it's like a swing, but it doesn't hang from the top. It it comes up from the bottom. And yeah, I want a glider. Okay, well, I need more tools for that. And it's just
So we can blame the wife for this.
partially, yes.
Is she?
Yeah.
Are you listening?
No, she's she's probably hanging out with her friends.
Sergeant first class in 10 years.
Yeah.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah, it's I made the list in 8, and then I was
That's pretty fast. isn't it?
promoted in 9, and then I retired at 10.
Wow. Of course, it depends on time. Like I know during the height of Iraq and Afghanistan, people were making rank a little faster than normal.
So the
And then you get into peacetime, it's like, oh, when am I going to make rank?
yeah, that was definitely in wartime. 2005 to 2016. When I came in initially, 7 and 7 was considered high speed. The year before I was to be looked at, they changed the time and grade requirements from 6 year, or I'm sorry, for E6 from 2 years to 3 years. So you had to be at E6 for 3 years before they would look at you. So the list that I got looked at, it was a larger list than they looked at in previous times.
All right.
But,
And what'd you do in the Army?
flew UAVs.
A what?
UAV.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was stationed here. I was an
Oh,
instructor.
okay. That's how you got connected to Fort Huachuca. Yeah.
Yeah, I did 3 deployments, and all of them with that guy. We'll talk about him later. But I did 3 deployments, 2,500 flight hours, and I said, you know what? I'm tired. Let me just go to the schoolhouse and chillax, because it was 12 months on, 11 months off, and it was like that. And I was like, I'm.
Just to give you an idea how quick everything has changed. So I was in the 82nd and was in Desert Storm. So while we were over in Saudi Arabia, we still had what they called Romeos back then. They were,
Romeo.
yeah, they're ground sensor guys, right? So there's one guy, we call him Doc Holliday. His last name, Doc Holliday, he's a good friend of mine from Kentucky. So he was a Romeo. They brought one of their first prototypes of a UAV.
Okay.
They didn't have any pilots.
Yeah.
They picked him to be the pilot. I don't know why. For some reason, they said, you have to fly this thing, right? So, and I believe at the time he was a Spec 4, I believe, So he's at generals, colonels, all this brass are out there in the middle of the Saudi desert. They're going to fly this new UAV thing, and he's trying to fly, and he lost it. They searched and searched out in the middle of the desert and couldn't find this thing. But it was something brand new.
Yeah.
And you think back, that wasn't that long ago.
Was it brand new to the Army or brand new to DOD?
It was brand new to the Army, I believe.
Yeah, because so the plane I flew was, I didn't mean to cut you off, but the plane I flew was flown during Desert Eagle, Desert Storm, and that was the Air Force flew it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this had to be new to the Army.
Probably.
You heard about them, but yeah, it was like, oh, we got one. It's kind of like computers too. I remember an officer having a big heavy box out in the field and open up, and he's like, oh, this is a computer. And I was like, really? Wow. How's it connect?
What do you need to?
How do you connect this?
What do you need to do math out here for?
Yeah. Now every soldier has a laptop. It's like, anyway, enough of that. Let's get into what you do, because this is pretty cool. Now we got some stuff to show you. Which one do I want to start? I'm going to start with this one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that one for last.
Yeah, we'll say that last.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully you can see this. Eric, can you see this on real well?
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
kind of blurry.
Yeah, it's a little blurry on camera, but I'm trying to get a good view.
I mean, we can really just describe it. So this is a hickory piece. It was actually just a piece of scrap wood that I came in to acquire, and the American flag is being held down with a cross behind it with the thorns, the crown of thorns, and yeah. So
I think even on this camera, you can make out the fist real well holding the flag. I can. Hopefully, our audience can.
Oh, I think that's a better.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, now you can see. Yeah, now you can see
show the depth.
The depth of it. Yep. This is I mean, it still doesn't do justice as me holding it and looking at it. And just a nice piece of wood. Nice piece of wood here. And you do all this. You carve all the carving and everything.
The computer did, but yeah.
Yeah. But you
All
have
right,
to.
let's save that one. Let's do this.
Okay.
So that's
Now, here's
elaborate.
a totally different piece of wood.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can read this. Eric, can you read this?
Yep.
Yeah.
Read it out loud, Eric. With you on camera. I'm gonna make Eric join us.
2021 quarantine and learn from a computer screen.
Yeah. So I graduated from the U of A with my bachelor's in cybersecurity in 2021, and I wanted something like that. So,
There he is. There's Eric. See? Yeah.
so because of this, I have the freedom and the flexibility to make my dreams come true, so to speak.
Now, is this you have a laser engraver?
I do.
Is was this done with the laser?
This was done with a CNC router.
Oh, okay.
So that's actually cut in, and then I painted it, and then
Oh, that's all painted.
that's all painted. The back, no, not the back of that one. The back, this one, that's
Okay.
the laser.
So you can
That's
do all that type of engraving with a laser, or you can do it this way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the laser for something like that would probably take far too long.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
My laser, it's not meant for something like that. It's just a little 7-watt diode.
Well, you got a steady hand to paint all that. I mean, especially like the detail up here, these little lines and everything.
Trade secrets.
Okay. Okay. Well, you don't have to share them, but still good work. I mean, that's really intricate work, job there. Nice done. So yeah, there's an option.
Yeah.
Plaques for anything,
Yeah, absolutely.
graduations, businesses, a lot of people get plaques when, on the job for something, well done.
I have a couple customers that I just make them state outlines, and then they have their own laser that they'll do whatever they want on it. So it's I didn't bring any of that, but I just make like a state outline with the little keyhole on the back, so they can hang it on the wall, and then they can then do their own inscriptions or whatever they want. But I can do it as well.
Okay. Go. All right. Next one.
All right.
Love the color of this wood. Yeah.
Kathy, you might recognize this. I see you there.
Okay. Explain, well, before I show it, just explain how you made this wood this color.
So I call this sun baking. Basically, it's cherry, and I just take it and I literally just throw it on the ground for 2 days.
Outside.
Sun.
And it only takes 2 days for the color to change.
Yeah,
That's
that
amazing.
much.
That's amazing.
I know.
I thought it would take much longer,
Nope, 2 days.
but not when it's raining.
Obviously, overcast not so much.
Okay, look at now. This one's obviously a deep cut. So you ready?
Yeah.
Look at that.
So yeah,
Look, that's I'm gonna do the same thing just so you can see the
this
3D version.
yeah.
And you've got that black pistol in his hand, and you got the helmet painted. And this is I don't know if they can read it. Can
Yeah.
you read that? No, I don't think.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you can. I'll have to read. Warrior Healing Center, fighting for veterans. That's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So at the first meeting that I showed up to really come here, because I didn't know that the VOB was a thing down here. Kathy had approached me after the meeting and was like, "Hey, I really want something we'll do." So I went home and I sent her about a dozen different files, and I was like, "But you know what? if you choose the guy holding another guy, I got an idea. So with that, I went ahead and created some symbolism. You already highlighted the pistol, but it's basically if you hit a brick wall and you feel like joining one of the 22, the Warrior Healing Center can help rescue you and give you that tourniquet level help.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
because the VA will want you to wait 6 weeks.
got a nice smell to it too. I mean, I do. I love the touch and smell of wood. I just love wood, and this is quality wood. This is, I mean, like you said, this is cherry wood and maple and hickory. I mean, this is quality wood, not
Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby junk wood. Well, we shouldn't mention names.
No.
Big ticket,
Oh, sorry. That one
You're
orange.
gonna get us in trouble.
That one orange place by where Walmart used to be.
Yeah. Now you mentioned another name. We'll just say the big guys, okay?
Yeah.
The big retail stores that you go to. No, this is they have some quality stuff, but besides the stuff that's made overseas.
Oh yeah, that's.
But this is I mean, this got to be some time put into this.
Yeah, that was.
Give me an idea how much time you took to put work into this.
So designing was probably 3 hours
Wow.
to get it to come out the way I wanted, and then I had to do it again because Kathy wanted something different on the wording. But that was easy. That was 5 minutes. But yeah, 3 hours overall on the design. About 4 hours on roughing all that material out, and then probably 30 hours doing all the fine detail.
You're kidding?
Nope.
Did you just say 30 hours?
30.
You're joking. Wow.
My CNC. It's a computer.
Wow.
It just sits there.
Oh, but you don't have to be there the entire 30 hours.
I check in every hour or so.
You check in. Okay.
know,
So it's time, but not so much labor 30 hours. But
Yeah. Yeah, I have probably 8 hours of labor into it.
Okay. That's what I was trying to get
Yeah.
to.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. So about 8 hours of labor. And so, because I want to bring that up, because a lot of people, when you look at this quality type work that you do, and then they go to those big stores.
Okay, big stores.
And and they see something, cheaply made, and they can see, oh, I can get that so cheap. And then you realize, and then they look at what you do and what you want to charge. Oh, why are you charging so much? Well, it takes a lot of hours to do this type of work. It's quality wood, craftsmanship. So don't expect to get this for, $20-$30. I mean, it's just like
It's also one of a kind.
and it's one of a kind, exactly.
It's-
I mean, it's just quality stuff. And I shouldn't get on my soapbox, but I hear that a lot sometimes. People, we had another gentleman on here, if you remember, he does furniture.
Oh, the antelope.
Yep, antelope. And again, oh my God, quality work. And yeah, it's not like you're going to run down to the furniture store and buy that kind of quality. And so, yeah, you got to understand you're going to pay a little more for that because it's going to last you a lifetime.
Yeah.
It's not going to something that's going to just fall apart.
Yeah, I can try and break this over my knee, but that's not going to work out too well. I think I might break my knee first.
Yeah. We can try it over your head, see if that works. No,
I
I'm
don't know, it's
kidding.
kind of spongy.
So, yeah, I'm just kind of on a soapbox, but yeah, I mean, you're going to pay for what you get. That's all there is to it. And this is quality stuff, beautiful wood. Okay. Can I show them my favorite one now?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to do a comparison on the color.
Yeah. Oh, because this is the same wood.
Yeah, same wood.
Same wood. That one is sun-baked. This one is not sun-baked. Sun-baked. Boy. Wow, what a difference. What a difference. But look at that. Jessica, that's my wife. If you're looking, you see this? Yes, this is Odin with Viking axes. I love this piece. So, yeah, it is gorgeous. Now, if you can't tell, I'm Scandinavian, so I'm a little partial to the whole Viking thing. I'm even a Minnesota Viking fan, right? Yes. Who are looking really good this year. but I'm gonna knock on wood. Can I knock on wood? Because the Vikings always blow it in the end.
Yeah.
They're famous for choking in the end. So, anyway, beautiful. I mean, this is gorgeous, dude.
Yeah.
This is a. Do you see this, Eric, look.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a gorgeous piece of wood. The carving is very, very intricate.
What's the symbol in the center on the forehead?
That's the all-seeing eyes, the three triangles. It's an Odin Norse thing.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I got the color to get the colors right, but yeah, it's three overlapping triangles.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I mentioned earlier about the unit I was with. Well, the unit I was with was called Task Force Odin. So I made this for that. Our aircraft, I said a few UAVs. The aircraft, our call sign was Loki, so I'm still looking for a really awesome, like horned
Loki.
horned Loki thing. But other work has stopped me from doing things that I would like to do with my own equipment. So
Yeah, this is really showing up nice on the camera. You can see
Yeah.
the
see the
The
grain
detail.
patterns there.
yeah. You can
Yeah.
you really make out the face has personality.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just see the.
And all four of these were made out of one solid piece. I didn't do any glue ups or anything like that.
Wow.
If you glue them up, you'll notice grain, and sometimes the keen eye would see it. So I try to do anything I do in a solid piece.
There you go. Christmas time. Christmas time's coming up. Now you take orders.
Yes,
You custom orders.
yes.
So if like if this guy over here, put yourself on camera again, because right, I mean, we just want to mention he's a Bears fan. He's a little sad this year. I'm sorry, I can't help myself.
Has he been happy since 1986?
No, so
One time.
One
One time. And I was deployed when I had to watch that.
Yeah. So if we wanted to cheer Eric up and we wanted to get something made out of wood for like the Bears, you could take an order like that. Maybe a bear.
A bear. Yeah,
A bear.
But
bear.
we're talking trademark there.
Right. Well, I just say a bear. Yeah, we won't do you can't do the trademark thing, but we could make them a
I
bear.
have plenty of animals. Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm
to
not going to
include-
buy you a bear
To
plaque
include
for Christmas.
bears and cardinals, and I don't know what's a packer? A piece of cheese?
Yeah.
I'm sure I can find a piece of cheese.
Now,
somewhere.
this is where me.
Piece of cheese or a moving van or
This is
something.
where me-
My brother's moving.
Yeah, this is where me and Eric can agree on, right? We can
And the Lions.
and the Lions because they're both in our division. So, no, Christmas time coming up. So, you got an idea for a Christmas gift? You want to get somebody a keeper, not something I'm just going to get this simple Christmas gift that they're going to throw away in 6 months or a year. But you want to get a keeper. This is the kind of gift you want to get. How would they go about getting a hold of you? And
So I have Facebook, phone number, and email. So Facebook is Zippy's Woodshop. So facebook.com/Zippy's Woodshop. Phone number is 520-685-3494. And then the email is zippyswoodshop@gmail.com. I don't really do Instagram so much, but I'm there also. But
I think Eric's going to post that for us.
yeah, I do better if you give me a direction to go, and then I'll show you what I have, and then let me run.
Okay.
Then saying this is the road you're going to be on, and that's where you're going to go.
So give you an idea,
yeah,
let you come back with some designs and say, like you did with Kathy for this.
yeah. Kathy
Yeah.
just said, I want something military, so
Okay.
I sent her a dozen things, and I did kind of tilt her, and I said, hey,
Yeah.
I got an idea for this one, so.
Yeah.
But I mean, the other ones were just generic ideas, and they probably didn't fit because they were more on the war side instead of the casualty side. And hearing Tim talk earlier, I wanted to reflect more on the casualty side because that's more what the Warrior Healing Center is meant for.
And now you've already mentioned how many hours is involved. So if somebody wants something ordered, they got to give you enough time.
Absolutely.
So don't wait 2 days before Christmas and come and say, "Could you make me
maybe
something
but
like
that's
that?"
dependent on my other workload as well as my other personal responsibilities. You know,
So like, you're pretty backed up right now, right?
I'm busy now through Veterans Day, maybe a little after.
Okay. Oh, look at that. Eric came through. You're so awesome, Eric. Look at that. There's all the information you need. Zippy's Wood Shop. There's the phone number. I'm not going to repeat it. And your email.
Yeah.
Your email. So get a hold of him if you got any ideas for Christmas. He can put some designs together for you. And I mean, this, like I said, this is the type of gift if you want to find a keepsake for somebody that they're gonna hopefully have their whole life, and maybe even pass it down to their children. Something beautiful.
And it doesn't
Nice.
even necessarily have to be like that. Last year, I made 3 assorted sized Christmas trees for one customer, and then that spawned it with another customer. So I mean, sometimes just your idea would help create a new thing in the profile, because I don't know what you want unless you tell me.
Yeah, we got it. Kathy responded there.
Oh,
Go ahead,
of
read
love.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for it. Yep.
Here for you.
Yeah, they deserve it.
Yes,
They do so much great work
They
here.
do.
They deserve something like
and
this.
and I really I took this piece to heart. When she said that she wanted it done, I did at least 6 attempts at getting this one done. That wasn't included in the 8 hours that I said that this one took. This was the 6th attempt to get it done right. Because that's my thing is I'm not gonna just hand it off to you saying, "Oh, sorry, it goofed," or something like that. Sometimes things happen, but I do my very best to make sure that you get everything that you pay for, and that's what it comes down to is, making sure that you're happy in the end, and I'm happy that you're happy.
We're gonna show this one again. If my wife's watching,
Tell her to watch the repeat if she's not. Hey, you should fast forward to like 27 minutes or so.
Yeah, I just love this. I can't help it. I love it. That's my favorite one, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is really fascinating. Now, and then, so you can do cutting and you got all this computerized stuff.
Mhm.
I take it, obviously, but you got all kind. I mean, I imagine there's a little bit of money wrapped up in these tools.
A couple $100. Yeah.
Couple $100. Yeah, right.
Like my CNC itself is in the ballpark of 4,000.
Yeah, wow.
And then I bought a spindle, so that was another 1,500. No, it's like 1,000.
Yeah.
Another 1,000, and then bits. That's where the pain comes.
Yeah.
Because one bit ranges between 40, and I just bought one the other day that was 127
For one bit.
One bit.
One bit. So again, when you're looking at quality work, you're talking about somebody has to invest the money and all the right tools, because you're not going to do this stuff without the right tools, and the experience of practice. As you said, practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
Of all that, and then your time in each piece takes a considerable amount of time to make, and then the quality of wood you're using. Again, I mean, if somebody wants to request a type of wood, like say somebody said, "Hey, can you make me something out of oak?"
I could.
Yeah.
It's not impossible. I'm limited basically to what my distributor has. I could go to Tucson and get things that they don't have. I'm not going to really do that for a one-off project though. But I'm fairly equipped, I think, as far as wood selection goes.
Can you give me a rundown, the kind of woods that you do have available readily for the audience?
Readily available, Baltic birch. It's a premium plywood. You would use that for. I should have brought it. I have a AR-15 speed loader. I would use Baltic birch for something like that. then
You should have brought that.
I know I should have.
You should.
I
want to see that now.
Oh. It's on my page. I have a video, and it was the prototype. There's a video of me loading 30 rounds into my magazine
On your Facebook page.
on my Facebook page. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Facebook. Did we have the Facebook page?
I already put the Facebook link
Yeah.
in there, but I'm gonna look for that link right now.
Okay.
look about 15 months ago.
Oh.
No problem.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. See, we're gonna get it.
Yeah.
Because we got Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
got
so
Eric.
yeah, I would use Baltic birch for that. I have maple on hand. This one was maple. I have lots of cherry. Like I said, I love cherry.
Cherry wood. Yeah.
And then I have some red oak. It's partially reserved for kind of figuring things out because I'm working on a big project right now. But it's kind of like to tune it in. Maple cherry. I got some purple heart. I haven't tried carving that yet.
You have some purple heart.
I do have some purple heart.
I don't know if you've ever seen that wood. That is one of my. It's very expensive though.
It is pricey, and it's also really stringy. So I'm not 100% sure on how well it would come out. I use it more for cutting boards, and grain cutting boards is what I bought that for.
I have a coworker where I work, and he's not in business, but he does woodwork out of his garage. Has a lot of tools, and he brought me a piece of the purple. What do you call it? Purple heart wood, and I was like, oh man, it was just a little piece like that, gorgeous. And I was like, what can you make out of this? He goes, well, I can make a pen out of it.
Yeah, that sounded like a pen to me.
About a week later, he brought me a pen.
Yeah.
And he gave it. I was like, I was just floored. I didn't expect that. It was just gorgeous. Beautiful wood.
I have a little bit of walnut. Walnut's pretty pricey, so I don't really stock it. And then I also have a local distributor, and he supplies 98% of my materials.
Okay. So you got a good variety of different woods that you can select from.
I definitely have my preferences, though.
Yeah.
Cherry is my favorite.
I still, it surprises me. It only takes 2 days for the wood to change that much color. And no, it won't change anymore.
Over time, but it's going to be really super gradual. Like you probably wouldn't notice. I have a piece in the mall in the pottery, the pottery shop in the mall. I can't think of Mountain View, I think it is. And he has it on consignment, and the you could see I did maple cherry for the stripes, and then I painted the Union blue, and then my wife painted the stars. That was as it was originally posted on my Facebook page, but if you go there now, it is darker. And it's just a characteristic of cherry that it'll grow darker over time, but putting it in the sun for 2 days will
accelerate
it and gets it more to that final stage. Now this, I don't think it'll get much darker, but I've seen cherry really dark before.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I mean, like,
yeah, I think of some cabinets that I've seen that were cherry wood that were very dark.
Yeah.
Very dark. And I actually love the color when it gets dark. It's just, it's like almost like a dark rose color.
Oh, yeah.
It's just beautiful. So in time, this would get darker.
But it would be so gradual, you wouldn't notice.
You wouldn't notice
unless you looked at a picture.
Took a picture now and a picture 10 years from now.
Yeah.
And again, but that's the cool thing about having a keeper.
Did you find the speed loader?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I already got the link there.
All right.
All right. So there you go. You want to see the speed loader? There you go. There's the Facebook page. Go straight to it.
Yep, it's chambered for 5.56. If you want something else, quite honestly, give me a magazine and a magazine of ammo. I promise I don't have that gun. Especially if like AK-47 or whatever. Yeah.
So explain the speed loader to me. This is made out of wood, and explain how it works.
So there's a channel that you would put all the rounds in, and then you would put your magazine on the other end, and then you would put the rounds into the groove, if you will, and then I have a push block that you sit there and you hold the magazine down and you just go zip.
And all made out of wood.
Yeah, all made out of wood. It's literally like a 15. Can we show the video? It's like a 15-second
I
video.
wish I could.
Oh man.
But at least I could show him.
Yeah.
It gives
Oh,
him some to turn
I
into.
get to see it. No, you can go to the link.
So that's it.
Oh, do it again.
Yeah, it's super quick.
Oh, that's all. You got to go to the link and look at this. Okay, he just showed it to me.
Yeah.
So, wow. Now that is a Christmas gift.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, there's a few people out there in Sierra Vista that do own firearms. Maybe there's a couple.
Only a couple, huh?
Yeah, there's a couple. And there's a few out there that even occasionally go hunting or target practice here.
Yeah, I took it when I went to the range about a month and a half ago, and yeah, it was. I'll admit it was a little tedious to line it up. I'm still working on that aspect, but I mean, once it was lining it up was a lot easier than clicking them one by one.
Right. And then they just zip all in.
Yep, just zip them all in. And the
So-
good thing is you could just dump a bunch in there. I could even like put little hash marks with my laser, saying, you know, if you want 15 rounds, this mark. If you want 18 rounds, this mark. If you want 30, this mark.
So you got a person out there and they're thinking, oh, what do I get my spouse for Christmas this year? You know, they have everything. I can't think, I've been married for so long. What else do I get them? Something new. And there you go.
Yeah.
You can get them a piece of wood that's craft made as a speed loader. That would make a great gift.
I'm pretty much limited to rifles. I haven't figured out how to do pistols. Pistols are a different animal, and they're significantly less on the amount of rounds. But like I said, that's 5.56. If you have 7.62, or I'm sure 2.23 would work. I don't know. Mine are all 5.56. But you know, 300 blackout. I would just need a magazine and some rounds to make sure that it works. And I promise I'll give it back to you.
The rounds in the magazine.
The rounds in the magazine, yeah. Yeah.
Comes back with
I'll give it to you and be like, I don't know if it worked. I found the specs online, you know, good luck with it. You know, yeah, no. Again, that's not how I work. You know, I want to make sure that you're happy with what you get.
So you said you had something on consignment in the mall.
Yes.
Do you have other locations where you have your stuff?
Not currently, but I'm hoping to get into the chocolate business, right? No, the mall is the only place I have anything on consignment right now.
Yeah, we could probably look at putting something in there for Christmas. And then I can imagine there's a number of places you could look at. Even right across the street here, there's an art studio.
You did mention that to me when I went to the first meeting. But you know, I'm bogged down with orders that, you know, I don't have time to do prototypes, you know, and other stuff. So
they're not veteran owned across the street, but they're a nice business and
veteran friendly.
Veteran friendly, and
well, that's good. And this
and
time,
it's all local artists across the street. Everything they have in there is local artists. There's a lot of talent here in Sierra Vista that a lot of people don't realize. Even when I had the gentleman from Antelope, we talked about this famous guy. I found out about this famous woodworker that builds elaborate staircases.
So I was talking about my wood distributor. He's the elaborate guy.
Is that where you're getting the wood from? Okay. I think everybody's getting their wood from him. Yeah.
And my project is actually for him. My big project that I'm working on right now.
Really?
Yeah. So he's making a banister, and I'm doing the cutouts. It's on a piece of wood that's like 34 inches long, 25 inches tall, wide, and then I'm just cutting him numerous pieces out of it.
Okay.
But it's that's.
Yeah,
cool.
My understanding is he's nationwide. He's famous.
Yeah, so he made a staircase, and I would foam at the mouth to do that CNC job so bad. You know, it was 10,000 board foot of walnut.
Is that the one in Sacramento? For a mansion?
I believe it went to California. Yes.
Yeah, I read about that. My understanding, he actually went to the home. It was a mansion. Did all the measurements, came back here,
recreated
the room.
Yep, he recreated the not the room, just the walls.
Right, where it was gonna go.
Those walls are still standing.
Are they?
Yeah, they are. That's where he stores all his mesquite right now.
And then he built the staircase, and then it was shipped and delivered and put together on site. And it was an elaborate staircase spiral
Slide.
Oh yeah, it had a slide on it. Yeah.
I don't want to boast or anything, but I quality controlled the slide. It works.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. After he put the burnish on, he said, "Hey, more than welcome." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah. So we got a lot of talented people right here in Cochise County, especially in the area of woodwork.
Yeah.
People with talent and experience and the tools.
And
You gotta have the tools.
You can you can make this out of a screwdriver, but it's not going to come out good, and it's not going to come out fast.
I just a chisel and a hammer. I just chisel and hammer that, and that's what's amazing when you look at people did in the ancient world, and they didn't have the tools, but they were able to actually still carve little figurines and stuff. It was like, wow, amazing.
So you just when you said the chisel and hammer, so last year in March or April, I participated in the a wood carvers convention contest in Phoenix, and I entered the Last Supper, or a rendition of the Last Supper, and I had sold that piece with the promise that I could hold it until a certain date because I was going to enter into this contest. Well, my dad, who is also a woodworker, he's more of the chisel and the hammer, and but he told me, hey, you should probably enter something, just anything, and you might do good, and it's like, okay, they have a CNC category, and I was like, so like I'm not going to get flack for it, like, oh, well, you cheated, you used a computer, but I won I went all the way.
Really, you won
first, class, category, and show.
Wow.
Yep, first place for all.
Tell me what the CNC stands for.
Computer numerically controlled. If you imagine, like fourth grade, you had the XY axis and you had to plot the points or whatever. The CNC, well, it has three axes. It has X, Y, and Z. Z is up and down, and it just says go to this point, go to this point, go to this point, go to this point. And
so that's the time it takes to you got to like create that.
Yeah, the computer does that for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, the computer does that.
But if you have something new, don't you have to put in all the points?
I just have to say, okay, so this one, I said, all right, I want this figure, the guy holding the other guy, and then I said, boom, there's on my blank space, and then I said, okay, I want the backdrop, boop, and then I went in and I put in, okay, so I'm going to use this tool first, this tool second, this tool third, the different router bits, and and then it went voodoo magic.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't have to. I do have some coding experience, but that is.
But it's user friendly, is what you're trying to say.
It is.
Once you know how to use it.
Yes.
You got to learn how to use it, and then you got to know what you're doing. But
especially and then if it comes to modifying it, which I have had to do before, you have to know what it is that you're looking at. So my ability for pattern recognition, because of my coding experience, really helped with that. Like I was looking for this specific height, because that's where the problem was, and I had to find that line of code, delete everything except for the top few lines, and call it good. But I won best in show, best in class, best in category, I think is what it was.
I'm trying to picture the Last Supper in wood. It had to be gorgeous.
It's on my page.
It's on your page.
Let me think. March 21-ish.
Are we going to look for that one too, Eric? Yeah.
That one I sold to Zippy's Wood Shop. Zippy is actually I'm a member of the local Combat Vet Motorcycle Association. They have an office here, but I'm a member there, and Zippy's my road name. Long story short, my zipper came off, and I was sitting there doing this, or it didn't come off, but it was broken, so it was only sealed at the top and the bottom. We were driving and flapping in the wind, and I was like, I can only take this for like 2 or 3 more minutes. That was 5 minutes into the ride. So I was like, hey, I gotta pull over. So
That's
they
where you
call,
got the name
yeah.
Zippy.
So they call me Zippy, and there's another Zippy somewhere in CVMA, and apparently he doesn't embrace it as well as I did. But yeah, if it wasn't that, it'd probably be like Ruger's wood shop or something like that. Ruger's my dog. Yeah. So
I think we should have Eric on camera searching.
he is working back there.
What
He
am I
is.
looking for?
The Last Supper. It should be. I got 3 bassinets.
Pictures?
Yeah, 3 bassinets.
But I want to
But
see.
they're just picture posts.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
what
But I want to see Eric looking, Eric. Yeah, I do.
You want to look at Eric
Yeah.
looking.
There he is. There he is. There he is. Look, searching to find it. He's shy tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know why. He's kind of like
Yeah.
quiet.
Usually you're always jumping in. Hey, buy my keto.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not feeling well.
Yeah. He's a little down in it.
weather today.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
He'll be back.
today.
Yeah. But yeah, he's got me hooked on his ketone drink.
Oh.
It's good stuff. Good stuff.
I'm not personally. I'm not a supplement guy. I don't take them at all. So
That's okay. To each their own.
Yeah. All right.
I don't like sleeping on my keyboard.
Sleep.
I did that in school a couple times.
Yeah. Yeah. I do that at work.
That or just head banging the
yeah.
keyboard.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then starts. You're looking at the screen too long.
Yeah.
Starts
Why won't
dozing
it
off.
work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This looks like a lot more fun to do.
Like I said, I was the class of 21. That was cybersecurity and network administration. I'm hoping to start working the 9 to 5 job soon. So, that might even add more lead time to order. So if you have an idea,
You're working a different kind of job
I would
than 9 to
eventually-
5.
I would eventually, yes.
No, wait.
This is a
You're saying a 9 to 5 job would give you more time?
no. I'm
No.
saying give me
Okay, I
less
got
time.
confused.
Yeah, no. I'm saying right now I am currently unemployed, retired, but I'm waiting on my clearance to start
You're
working.
not unemployed.
Well,
You're self-employed.
self-employed. That was the word. Yeah.
He's self-emploed.
Yes.
Not unemployed. You have a business.
I don't get a W-2. I do my own 1099.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. All right. Eric came through once again. So I get to see it because it's got, oh my Lord. That was a good comment. Oh my, I didn't
Yeah.
mean that by,
Looking at the last summer, oh my lord. Yeah, good segue.
oh, wow. No wonder you won first place. I don't know if the audience, no, they can't.
No.
Just share
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll put the link up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, we'll put the link on. This is, oh, that's amazing. No wonder you won first place. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There was,
How long did that one take?
that one was about as long as this one.
About as long as that one?
Yeah.
It looks like it would take longer.
Yeah. No, there was another Last Supper that I did that actually took longer, but that's because it had a lot of ups and downs.
Mhm.
Because
That's the first place.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
all
All the ribbons.
the
with it.
swag.
Yeah.
So with something like this, it'll do a little piece, and then it'll go up 0.025 millimeters, and then go down, go up 0.025 millimeters, go. It just does that. So I mean, this is probably 3 million lines of code, versus this was like 100.
I just had a thought. Not that I'm gonna have one made, but just the depth. When I looked at that, I had this idea. If you did it on a big piece of wood, could you actually make it to where it had a glass cover that went over? Like if it was going to be like a tabletop.
I mean,
thing.
I'm not going to say it can't be done. That would, if it was to be 3D, and you're talking about a table, like just saying this size, I mean, that would probably be several $1,000s.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Well, you're going to pay for it. I know. but it could be done.
Yeah.
Where I'm thinking like a glass table, but then under the glass was this 3D wood carving
I would, yeah.
extraordinaire.
And I would definitely have to do it in segments.
There's people out there with that kind of money. That would,
I'd love to meet them.
I'd love to. I mean, that would be a piece of furniture that you would be the center of your home, a showcase thing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it would definitely be time consuming.
Well, yeah.
You know,
Something
months.
they would have to order and plan.
It would probably be months.
Yeah.
I mean, because like I said, I mean, this was 1, 2 and a half. I mean, that's 30, 60, 90, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Just throwing out ideas there.
It's,
my mind's working and I'm looking at this stuff. That's what I thought when I looked at your Last Supper. It's like, wow. And, if that was like a table thing and you had a glass and it was like, oh, yeah. Instead of having it on the wall.
You want to talk about a table? I did a 12-foot table. I carved a logo into the top of a 12-foot table for the stair guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the stair guy, he was commissioned a job to make a table, and they wanted their logo carved into it. And I'm all about bartering. And at the time I was moving, so I said, hey, move me and give me a sheet of MDF, and let me use your trailer when you're not using it. And he said, okay. So I did that, and I carved a 30-inch by 30-inch, might have been a little bit bigger, but logo in the center of a 12-foot table. It was the first job I did at my new house.
So he's the go-to guy for almost everything. Because again, my coworker, that's where he got the wood from.
Yeah,
you get the wood from him. And
he is the wood guy in town.
Yeah.
He's really got.
What's his name again?
Clyde.
That's right, Clyde.
He's a Mennonite.
Yeah. Interesting story if you get a chance to look him up.
Yeah.
Again, it's like you almost get the feeling that right here in Cochise County, we have a number of very, very quality craftsmanship wood makers.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Sure.
I don't know. It just came out that way. And again, we're such a small community. You think, you wouldn't find all that kind of craftsmanship, but right here you can find it. But if you want furniture made, you want pieces of decorative wood to put up on the wall or whatever you want, you can find it right here in Cochise County. You don't have to go to Tucson or Phoenix or something. We got it right here.
Yeah, and then that just brought up, it's like we all have our own little niche.
Yeah.
Like Clyde is not going to make you this.
Right.
He'll make you a stair to go into the attic.
Right.
By the way, I'll probably cut those stairs.
Yeah.
But he'll
and you're not going to make chairs.
Yeah, and I'm not going to make chairs.
Yeah.
So I mean, we all have our niche. And it's I think it's great. I have a lot of fun doing this, and I mean, honestly, design probably has to be my favorite part, because the other part is just a waiting game.
Mm-hmm.
Design, like I'm sitting there and actively doing something, and it lets the creative juices flow.
What about the finish work?
The finish, well, the ooze, my ooh factor is actually the delivery. I didn't post a picture of it. I didn't take a picture of it, but I had a lady who found my pieces in the sewing shop. I have a couple in the sewing shop, but they're sewing centered. She found my card or my information there. She contacted me and she said, hey, I have these lamps or these things that were made into lamps. Can you make me some lamp bases? So I said, I'll take a look. So I went, I took them home, and it was good because she said, this is the budget. So that was like, okay. At first I was like, well, I mean, I'm very not stingy is not the word, but I like to get my value for my money. And so I was thinking, oh yeah, okay, well, this would be like $40-$60, something like that. But then she said, no, this is the budget. That gave me the freedom to basically say, okay, fine, I'm going to elevate what it is that I give you. And so if she had told me this is what I want, I would have charged her more. But because she said this is what I have, I was like, okay, cool, I can work with that, and then I just underbid myself, which quite honestly happens. But I was talking about
But it's kind of a smart idea, because if I'm going to come to you and I'm going to say, hey, can you make me something similar to this, and then I tell you what my budget is,
yes,
then you can respond and say, well, I might not be able to do exactly this, but I can do something else for you similar and within your budget.
Or I might even just eat it. In that case, I just eat it. Because I mean, it's just devaluing my time more than devaluing the product itself. Because I mean, that right there was a $13 piece of wood. So I mean, that's roughly what that cost me on the material side, let alone the bits,
but
the
right,
machinery.
We got all that other money involved.
Yeah,
and your time.
Yeah,
a lot of time involved.
Yeah.
So, and if you're making, 50 cents an hour,
Yeah.
I mean, for your labor, it's kind of like, oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
No, I do a little better than 50 cents. Sometimes I get $1.
Yeah. I think at our store we're at 29 cents an hour.
Oh, man.
It's kind of tough to be profitable in a small business nowadays.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize how tough it is.
So I said I made that for myself because of my unit, and that is true. But I also made that because I had a customer reach out to me, and they, he showed me a thing that looked like those giant rocks that they carved the faces into.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like that. And he said, could you do something like this? And I was like, no, not really. And then like the next day I looked at it, and it was supposed to be Odin. And I was like, oh, okay. So
I can do.
So he wants Norse stuff. I was like, I got a few things I could do Norse wise. And then so I made that to show him to see if he wanted to buy it. If not, then I'm perfectly fine having it. But when he saw it, and I told him the price on it, he's like, okay, well, I want it, this big, and then he got upset when I told him the price, and I was like, well, I'm just curious, what was your budget? Oh, about this much. Well, that's what that was. Like, that's what that was.
That would cover this.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's like, oh no, I want it, that big, and I'm like, well, you want it that big, but you're paying me for that big, so.
Yeah, I think we should put this on consignment in Ruby's Divine Chocolates. No, if my wife's listening, it just, I mean, to help a fellow veteran, right? I'm not thinking about myself. I'm thinking about him, right? Thank you, Eric. He's supportive. To help out a fellow veteran business owner, we could put this up on consignment, or not, just put it up. We'll sell it for you.
Sure.
And put it in the store.
Sounds
good. It would, it would look good in our chocolate shop. If my wife's, I don't know if my wife's listening tonight, because I should have got a comment already by now. I don't know.
Right above the.
There's several.
right above the cash register, right there.
Yeah. This would look really nice, right up. Yep, right on the wall, and we could do something like that, especially for Christmas time. It's one of our busiest times of the year, obviously. So we get quite more traffic.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of people's busy time, for multitude of reasons,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's all about gifts.
And hopefully the economy doesn't put a hamper on Christmas this year, as it has on so many other things.
Well, it's just inflation, Will.
Yeah. Hopefully. Maybe it'll change. Probably not that rapidly, though. It's already November. Yeah.
Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Oh. No, I didn't get anything from. That's amazing work. Good job. I really like the Last Supper one.
Yeah,
Okay.
the couple that bought that was buying it for their in-laws. It was their anniversary, and they wanted a mantelpiece. So that was to be hung on to be placed on a mantle. This all these up here are made to be hung on a wall.
Mm-hmm.
That one I sure could be hung on the wall. The other Last Supper I did probably maybe would be too heavy,
Mm-hmm.
because it was like still 2 inches thick or an inch and 3/4 thick, but I didn't cut too much out of it. It was all just on the surface. Whereas with this one and that other Last Supper, I created like a frame around it. That one they didn't want the frame, so didn't get you a frame.
Yeah. I like your wall mounts. This is it's just when you try to hang something and it has the two and
Oh yeah.
and you want to get it level.
Yep.
And yeah, it's very hard.
So
it's very difficult.
I do that first. So
Yeah.
I actually this is how it starts. This is face down, and then I go ahead and I do the keyhole and I do my logo, and then I turn it over, and then I hope that I didn't go too deep.
No, this is one of my preferred, because then you got the space here where I can line it up and then just slide it over and get it where I want it, and it's so easy to hang versus other ones where you got the two and holes and they're real tight and it's hard to fit the screw in. It needs to hold it, or nail or whatever you put in the wall, and then when you're all done, it's not quite level.
Yeah.
And you're like,
that's why that's why I don't do the vertical, because I'm afraid that I'd off center it somehow, and then because I can't
see, this is
there's depth here that I can't see. The head here sticks above the plane, so I couldn't put this on a router table to. I mean that would be bad days.
Yeah. Okay. Eric, you got any questions for this fine craftsman?
No, you pretty much covered it, especially the one about where you get your wood from, if they have a special order or anything of that nature.
So he has a very robust amount. Like I said, one thing he doesn't have is he doesn't carry 8/4 Purple Heart. He does have 4/4 Purple Heart. But I mean, like 98% of all the wood I get is from that guy.
Well, our
And you
time.
also said you're going to be out. Are you going to be out this week over at the mall? Because they do have a vendors event for Saturdays.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss. I have to miss this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have a lot of obligations. What's been the toughest lessons learned in running your wood pricing?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's beyond the initial quote of this is what I think it'll cost to it's beyond that. Because 9 times out of 10 I underbid myself.
I underbid, yeah. And then you're like, oh, I should have charged more.
I should have charged more. And then and then I'm also
well, don't change that practice if I order something. And then you can change after I order.
After,
no,
okay.
I'm kidding.
So I actually grew up on the lower side of the pole scene, like sometimes. And that being said, to me, the value of $1 is a lot more than it is to other people. So when I say the value of my dollar, they hear that and they're like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. And then I'm like, oh crap, I really did it to myself again, didn't I?
Yeah.
And that's my downfall. And then the inflation hasn't helped at all, because
Hasn't helped any of us.
well, I mean, yeah, because it's just the inflation rate has gone up, so the value of the dollar has gone down. Meanwhile, I'm trying to remain at least competitive in the nature that somebody would still want to purchase something, because I can listen to mom, yeah, you should charge $8,000 for that. Yep, I should charge $8,000. You want to find me somebody that'll pay $8,000 for so
yeah.
It's finding that happy medium, and I really thrive, I think, the best if somebody tells me what they're willing to pay, and then I'll show them what I'm willing to give. Because then that, I'm able to take that into account. You know,
But we got to keep the economy going, and we want to keep the local economy going, and we want to keep veteran-owned businesses going. So I know times are a little tough for people out there with the inflation and everything, but Christmas is coming up. So this is the time to buy local. Don't go online. Buy from those big, I didn't mention any names, those big companies that sell everything from China online. Did I say that? I did. So buy local and do your Christmas shopping right here in Cochise County. We got a lot of quality stuff. Anyway, our time is up, and we want to thank you for coming.
thank you.
And we got a meeting on Tuesday.
I will be there.
Okay, we got another meeting. We're going to be planning out the whole next month or two.
Okay.
With the holidays coming up. Eric's gonna.
Got a question for Rob. Who do we have on next week?
Oh, should we tell him who we have next week? No, no, we're not, because you have to tune in to find out.
And
that's the rule.
That's the best rule.
That's the rule.
Because then people miss out on Puppet Guy.
That's you missed it. Yeah, you never know who we're gonna have on. It's something different every week, very unique. Everybody's been unique, and every show's been great. I mean, you think, oh well, yes, the Puppet Guy was kind of special because the puppets, but every show has been great that we've had. And every business has been interesting.
That was probably the most unique, though.
Yeah, we're going to give him that. We're going to give him that that standing. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll get something even more unique. But anyway, for now, here.
Which could be next week as well.
It could
you never
be.
know, but you won't know unless you turn in.
That's right. That's right. So, and we got even more new members. We had the big Halloween event Saturday. We had some people show up that are going to join our network. Some new veterans that are doing businesses.
Oh, do you mean?
No. Yeah, two. Yep, a couple of them. So hopefully next week we'll be able to announce them and get them on a show in the future. So that's going to be exciting. We got an event coming up on after Veterans Day. Am I right?
November 12th at Warrior Healing Center.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
Right here at the Warrior Healing Center. Eric, tell him. We'll repeat this next week, but go ahead and give a little preview.
We're having a lot of small vendors coming here on November 12th. I believe the start time is at 11 o'clock, and it should be going till, I want to say, 2 or 3. We will have more information as it comes down, so definitely want to keep a lookout. I'll be making that post on the Warrior Healing Center's Facebook page, as well as other veteran small business organizations who will be taking part in it. Even if you're not taking part in it, by all means, go ahead, share the information so we can get it out there. We're going to have a lot of good vendors out there. I believe Gunny's Barbecue will also be out there.
Yep.
So by all means, come on out. It's Veterans Day weekend. Got a whole bunch of events going on in our military town known as Sierra Vista, Fort Huachuca, Sierra Vista. Mm-hmm. So come on out, enjoy it, and you never know. You might catch Zippy's wood shop out there. If he's not working on his back order,
right?
Yeah. I don't know.
He might stop by for a visit.
That's more in line.
Yeah. We'll be there. Yeah. Ruby's will be there. We've got a lot of veterans who are going to be there, and it's your opportunity to support veteran-owned businesses, but also the Warrior Healing Center, because it's going to be right here at the location. So a great event on a Saturday afternoon. Come see us. And we'll talk about this again more next Thursday.
Until then, if you didn't catch it again, go ahead and watch the replay of this. Go ahead, make a comment, share, get the word out. Let's go ahead and push out these veteran small businesses. The more we push out, the more we share, the more the algorithms are going, hey, yeah, this is pretty popular. Let's go ahead and get this on more social platforms. So by all means, have a great night. If you got Amazon Prime, turn into that football game. I hear there's a tie.
Nope. Okay, we got to go. We got to go. Football. All right. Good night.